Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Once Upon a Book Club July 2025 unboxing. Yes, I did say July 2025. I believe I got this one at the end of August, and I was still catching up with the previous book, and I released that video for June 2025. So that's why I'm kind of doing this now, close to October. So let's talk about the gifts, and then we're going to talk more in detail about the book. So the book is called The Stolen Life of Colette Marceau by Kristen Harmel. And I apologize if I pronounced that name wrong. But this is the book. We got the sprayed edges for this one. Of course, you got your bookmark with a quote. It is in the times of greatest danger that we must summon our greatest courage. We have a recipe from the book, which is uh, Colette's Dijon chicken. I will turn this into a PDF that you can download. So don't worry about pausing this or zooming in and seeing it. I will make this available for you to try out. I haven't had a chance yet. As I was finishing up this book, I was coming home from my parents' home in Georgia, and I was having a great time. So I did not get a chance to try this recipe yet. So if you try it and you like it, just let me know in the comments that it was delicious. If you changed it a little bit, let me know that too. I really want to hear what you think what you guys think of this. So, with that being said, our first gift came on page 63, in which has these beautiful butterflies. I'll explain when I talk about the book the significance of the butterflies. Where our main character, Colette, puts on her signature red lipstick. So here is a lipstick. It's called Resistant Red. Try to see if you can see that writing on the edge. And then if you press it, it pops up and it exposes the lipstick. Now, if you look at it, you can see a really, really cool pattern on the lipstick. Now, here's the thing. I was able to find the lipstick because of the pattern. And I realized that the case that it comes in is not the case that it originated from. I believe they got this case from probably Alibaba and then had the inscription called Resistant Red written on it, and then took the lipstick from one manufacturer and put it inside this pop up case. So, what I did was I sent you a link to the pop up case for this lipstick as well as the lipstick itself. All right. Now, our next one came on page 82, where a young Colette was writing love notes to this young man she met called Tristan, and she remembered a play with Tristan and Iodode. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know plays. So here you have the book, but if you open it up, it is a really pretty pen and notepad set, and there you can see the note that she wrote to Tristan. It says, "Thank you for your beautiful poem. I wish I was a poet too, because there are things I would like to say to you. Thank you for keeping my secret safe." So there you go. You have your lovely pen and your notepad. Now, I was able to find pen and notepad sets. I could not find this color or even this type. However, I did find a pen and notepad set, and that's what I linked down below. Our next gift came on page 288. Now, you have to remember that between 82 to page 288, so that's over 200 pages, there was no gift. So this book had to be good to keep you going, and it was. It was a very good book. Sad at times, but a good book. I'll go into that description later. But here you have the signature of in Paris, which is a reed diffuser in bergamot and lavender. So here you have the actual perfume and all your reeds. I'm trying to figure out where I want it to go because I feel like I'm kind of selfish putting it in my bedroom because it smells so good. But if I put it in other rooms, I'm not gonna be able to smell it either. So I think that's kind of rude of myself. So I may put this in like the living room, and then that way it can get out. But it's actually a really good scent. And then it has your care instructions, which are really small. Open the cap, remove the stopper, uh, return the cap to original position, and add reeds. Do not light light the reeds with a flame. So don't light the reeds with a flame. Yeah, my eyes ain't gonna do the rest. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna take a picture and blow this up, and then that way I can read the rest of it. But the fact that my eyes got through that much, I'm very proud of myself. But you have your reed diffuser and your sticks. I have not searched for this yet because, like I said, I finished this on the way home, and I just sat down to do this video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to find as close as I can. I might be able to find lavender, but I may not be able to find both scents. But all in all, it smells delicious, and I cannot wait to put this out. And it's just a matter of where, because I want to keep it for myself, but I feel like I have to share it. We'll see. Now the next gift came on page 357, and it is these lovely 2 bracelets. So they are 2 separate bracelets, and apart they look like flowers, but together they make a butterfly. Now I don't know if they actually link together. I was like trying to play with it, but keep it on the actual the backing. But this is the butterfly bracelets, and I'll explain why this is significant in the book. I have not had a chance to look up if I can find these yet. I have a good feeling that I will not be able to find something that's similar. So if you link down below and all you see is like a butterfly bracelet, please forgive me for that, because some of these things are just so unique. They are hard to find anyplace else. So I will try to come as close as I can to this. But I'm telling you, I think I'm going to be able to find 1 bracelet with 1 butterfly. That's it. So forgive me. And then, of course, you have your note from the author, as well as your sticker for either your water bottle or your picture. I've had to like super glue my stickers on because I truly believe they change manufacturers, and these don't stay on as well as the past. And then you have the QR code for a song at Dead Man's Cove, so you get a chance to read about that book as well. So this book, The Secret Life of Colette Marceau. So there is a woman in her 90s now who is a jewel thief. And she knows that people don't really pay attention to her, so she uses it to her advantage. And she steals jewels from people because growing up, her mother told her that she was a descendant of Robin Hood. So they steal from the rich and give to the poor. Colette grew up during a time of occupied France. So the Holocaust was going on, and Jewish people in Germany were starting to get harassed, arrested, beaten, and then taken to the camps. Colette's mother knew that something was not right about this. And so what her mother did was she stole jewels from either German soldiers or sympathizers and sort of reporters, and used those jewels to help fund the underground network that she was with. And this underground network made fake papers for Jewish people to leave France and then go someplace safe. At that time, very few places were safe, but with the right paperwork, you can leave. So her mom was helping in this. And then Colette, being young and knowing her family's lineage, wanted to help. So she started to steal too, and then give those jewels to her mother. One thing her mother would do was she would take those jewels and then sew them into their clothing so that if they did get captured or something happened to them, they could just give that jewels as payment and then escape and hopefully be let free. So she was like, hey, keep your clothes close to you. Always know that, they're there. Colette has a sister. At this time, Colette's around 13, 14 years old. She has a little sister who's 4. Well, one day, their friends are captured by the Germans. They just happen to be Jewish. The Germans found out that the man was like a diamond broker or something and had all these diamonds and all these jewels, of course. Then they found out they were guilty of something and arrested them, and he was looking for this spectacular bracelet. The woman of that family recently had twins, and so the husband made her a bracelet apart they looked like two flowers. Together, it made a butterfly. So they were beautiful apart, but stronger together. And he wanted his twins to one day each have a bracelet. When they were taken by Germans, uh, Colette's mother saw her being taken between this, I forgot where they were being held, but they were being held someplace like an auditorium or something like that, which did not fit all the people, so they crammed them all together, just horribly. And before she was transferred to go to Auschwitz, she told her that, hey, I put these jewels here. No, these this man stole the jewels, my bracelet that I had for my twins. Could you please go figure out where it is? And if you can't, get it back. Colette's mother found the man who had them, found his mistress that he had given the bracelet to, and stole it. As she was running, the man saw her, figured out who she was, figured out where she lived, and got her back. By this time, Colette's mother took the jewels apart and gave them to both, and sold them into both her daughters' clothing for safekeeping. Uh, when the Germans came for Colette and her mother, they took her mother, arrested her, started asking where the jewels. They held her. They held Colette and her father uh, in the police station. However, as Colette was getting pulled away, she noticed somebody come into her bedroom window and take her sister. Snatched her up one day. She was trying to explain to the German soldiers, like, hey, my sister was just kidnapped. And they was like, that's your mother's fault. She stole something. She had been a bad person. Then none of this would be happening. Unfortunately, by the time that the police had pretty much given up on finding the bracelets, they had killed Colette's mother, and her sister body was found in a river. However, when they found her body, her nightgown had been ripped and the bracelet was taken out. Now, fast forward 80 something years later, Colette is an old woman who is using her broker, the guy that sells her diamonds that she steals now, because Colette is still a thief like her mother. She's stealing from people who are Nazis and taking their jewels and then funding the Holocaust Museum with them. So she's still robbing from these people and doing something good with the money. One day, she finds her buyer, the person who sells her jewels that she steals, saw the bracelet that she's always wanted in the paper and calls her and says, hey, I think this is the bracelet you have been looking for that was inside of your sister's clothing. Look at it. Colette sees in the paper. She's like, oh my gosh, this is one half of the bracelet. The reason that she knows is Colette still has the other half. So now she wants to figure out who had these jewels all the time, because if she finds these jewels, she may figure out who had these jewels. She may figure out the person who killed her sister. So in the process of this, you have her going back and forth in time between what happened to her mother, what happened to her sister, what's going on now with the people in her life, because she's still single. She does not have any children. So she's made family where she can. One of the people that she's made her family was Avia, which I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. It's Aviva. And she actually works for the museum, helping collect its history about all the people who died during the Holocaust and getting this stuff back. So, but she does not know that Colette is a jewel thief. She does not know that Colette's thievery is funding these organizations. So she has all these secrets from all the people around her, and she's trying her best to now solve the crime of what happened to her sister. So you're sitting there and you're reading this, and you're just like, oh my gosh. In the process of doing all of this, she kind of finds love, and then she loses love, and it's just all wild and it's all crazy. But as hard as her life was, and it was a stolen life, when you read this, you will hear how so much of her life was just stolen by evil and by grief. And by misunderstandings and just sadistic people. But you learn how much of her life was stolen. But it ends on such a beautiful note of you get this feeling that sadly everything does happen for a reason. It sucks that it did have to happen this way, but at the end you feel like she gets everything back that she's missing, and that's why I love this book. I absolutely adore this book. This is an A+ book for me. I will sit down and read this again at some point. I'm going to give it to somebody else before after I read it again. But this was an absolute wonderful read. So if you get a chance, I highly recommend The Stolen Life of Colette Marcel. So that is my opinion. With that being said, tell me what you think of the book. Tell me what you think of the gifts. You have the diffuser, uh, the pen and pin set, the lipstick, and our bracelets. So that's everything. So let me know what you think about the gifts. Let me know what you think about the book if you read it. Would you give this book a chance if you had an opportunity? Let me know all of that down below. Our next book for August, yes, the August 2025 book is The Asylum Hotel. This one has 3 gifts inside of it. The first gift is like page 80 something. So hopefully I can start getting through this. I have a pretty free week. I only have 2 reviews to write, and I have one out of those 2 reviews. I still have one movie to still watch. So I hope to start cracking on this tomorrow. Hopefully I can get halfway through if I read about 50 pages a day up to that point, and I hope I can finish this within this week, and then I can get to the September one that just got sent in the mail 3 days ago. So these came like within 2 weeks of each other. So I think they're starting to catch up with themselves and get everybody caught up. Hopefully we will get October's book in October. We'll see. But with that, in life there's black and white. But with this girl right here, you're getting at least one shade of gray. Bye, guys.